Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. A lot of the big Canon buzz these days is the Canon 7D Mark II, and what are the specs and when is it coming? Now, one of the things we've heard is that there's going to be Canon 7D Mark IIs floating around at the Sochi Olympics. Probably they'll have no name badges on them or name badges masked, but they're out basically essentially in test runs at the Sochi Olympics. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that's the rumor mill, is that there are 7D Mark IIs out there for the Sochi Olympics. Now, the other thing is we don't really know yet if indeed it's going to be even called the 7D Mark II. Stands to reason the 7D was a big success, and it stands to reason they would bring out a Mark II, similar to the way they've done Mark IIs with the 5D and with the 1D series. But what we have now is essentially, I think we've kind of got distilled down to what we think the specs are on the Canon 7D. Now, it stands to reason that these may not be the actual specs, but usually at this point in time, when we're getting this close to a release of a camera, we're pretty tight now on what the specs are actually going to be. So here we go. This is what we got so far. This is what the latest updates are on specs, and the question is, are these going to be the real specs? Let me know what you think. Let's go through the specs and then we can discuss that. So a 20 or 24 megapixel dual pixel CMOS AF sensor. When we say that dual pixel CMOS AF sensor, we're talking about the same type of one that we have in the 70D that gives us that awesome video focus, that follow focus like you got in a camcorder. ISO 50 to 51,200. Then we've got the 61 point high density autofocus system. So that's three specs right there. Then we're into the continuous shooting speed of 10 to 12 frames per second, which if true will be excellent. Introduction of dual digit 5 in an APS-C body for the first time, which would stand to reason because they want to pack the 7D Mark II in with a little more oomph than any of the ones below it, because it's kind of their flagship APS-C sensor body. Touch display. This would be really nice and definitely a progressive step forward, because I think all DSLRs should be moving to touch displays. Built-in Wi-Fi and GPS. Again, tick tick. Those would be awesome to have checked off and to get in the 7D Mark II, because again, excellent things for the both of them. To me, Wi-Fi more important than GPS, but both essentially be nice to see in that body. And the price around $2,000. When I look at this as a whole, I would say that this does look to be what the 7D Mark II is going to be. It makes sense. Nothing out of line here. Nothing seemingly over optimistic, and nothing that appears to not be where it should be in what I think they will release for the 7D Mark II. But what do you think? Do you think these are the real specs? What we're going to see to the final specs? Are these pretty much it? Do you think something's going to be different on here? Is there something that's missing that you hope shows up in the real specs? Let us know in the comments below. Let's have a discussion about the 7D Mark II, folks. And we'll talk to you soon here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks for tuning in. And stay tuned. We'll be back with some new videos and some new articles soon. Thanks, folks.